Closer look right now. This area that is included still in the tornado warning. And we have this road right here is State Road 227. This road right here, US 27, US Highway 27, and they converge US Highway 27. So that's, looks like I have to sneeze again, excuse me. So that's exactly where we're looking at this storm right now. And again, National Weather Service has kept with this warning, even though most of the storm has now moved into Ohio. So you are getting rain now south of Arcanum, northern Preble County, into southern Darke County, also in Preble County along I-70 west of Lewisburg. You're seeing some of that rain, some heavier rain, and we have had reports, along with the tornado warning, we've also had the reports of some gusty winds, some heavy rain. So that's what you're seeing right now, this storm moving through there. And again, haven't been seeing any lightning. We put that counter on and strikes zero. And that's what we've been getting the entire time the storm is moving through. So it has just been a rain producer and a wind producer as we do have that rotation. So just a few more minutes with this warning, and I want to toss it over to Brittany one more time. Have you had any other updates, Brittany?
Yeah, just got an update. The National Weather Service says that tornado was in Delaware County. It was in the area of Kilgore and Purdue Road. So if you are familiar with that area, then you know where that is. In terms of Richmond, we talked with dispatchers in Richmond, Indiana. They said at the time when we talked with them, they were just getting heavy rain, and that was the same report that we got in Fountain City. It was heavy rain. It was a bit windy, but nothing severe up to this point. Now, at this point, we are trying to get you a picture. We have gotten an Eyewitness 7 picture. This is not in Indiana. This is actually in Phillipsburg, which is the area where the storm is moving toward. I will describe this picture for you. At this point, no rain or anything in this picture, just some very ominous-looking clouds that are moving into the area. So if you're in those areas, if you're in Preble County, it also looks like from the radar, if you're in Darke County, you could be getting some rain at this point. As soon as we get that picture, if we're able to, we will pull that up for you. We do want to remind you, if you're just tuning in, there was a tornado that was spotted by folks at about 7:18 p.m. southeast of Muncie, Indiana. We talked with, we got a report from the National Weather Service that that was in Delaware County in the areas of Kilgore and Purdue Roads. Now, that spawned a tornado warning for Randolph and Wayne County, Indiana, and the warning for Randolph County has since expired, but the one for Wayne County will continue until 8:15 this evening, and we will continue to be with you until then to make sure to pass along tips, make sure that you stay safe. We appreciate you tuning in during this tornado warning, and for our listeners who are listening on WHIO Radio, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, we want to make sure to keep you safe in these situations, because even though this is not necessarily in your area, you have to understand that this is in our viewing area, and we have to make sure that our viewers, no matter where they are, stay safe, because at this point, in many areas, in parts of Montgomery County, other parts of our viewing area, right now, you are not seeing anything. You're seeing blue skies, and it is probably clear and dry right now, so it may be a question as to why we have been on the air for about an hour now, but there is a tornado warning that is in effect in Wayne County, Indiana, and for that reason, we have to make sure that our viewers there are informed and know exactly what's going on. Here is a look outside. It looks like we do have some clouds, a few dark clouds, but at this point can't really see anything severe. Now, again, that tornado warning in effect out in Wayne County, Indiana. So folks in the areas of Fountain City, Webster, Richmond, Indiana, you have seen some rain. It looks as if that has passed through that area, and so now that's moving into Darke County and Preble County. So at this point, you are seeing rain. We did get a picture from an Eyewitness 7 viewer showing some dark clouds moving into Phillipsburg. About 5 minutes remaining, a little less than 5 minutes remaining with that tornado warning, and at about 8:15, we'll see what the National Weather Service does, but it looks as if the danger from the storms for folks in Wayne County, Indiana has passed. We will send it back over to Kimberly with a final look, a last look at what's going on.
Yeah, Brittany, I would say that it has passed. The danger has passed in Wayne County, although you still are under that tornado warning for another 5 minutes, so we are going to keep it right here. And the look that you saw on our camera, you know, looking off to the northwest, some dark clouds, you are going to start to see some rain, and you are seeing some rain up in northwestern Montgomery County. Now, I do want to take you back, and we'll show you a lapse of this storm again and moving down to the southeast. And it was really the western side of the storm that spawned the tornado, and that we were looking at all of the yellow bands in there, some rotation off to the southwestern part of the storm. And now it looks like the storm has really strengthened up to the northeast, and so the southwest looks a lot weaker now. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if the National Weather Service just canceled it altogether at 8:15. We have a couple more minutes, but you see the storm moving through the area. And we take a closer look at the areas that we were looking at just a little bit ago and into Richmond, just south of Richmond. Now things are drying out. So you had some heavy rain, you had that tornado warning, and now we're seeing this drying out and moving off to the east. But now we're also seeing some heavy rain around into northwestern, or northeastern rather, Preble County, just north of Lewisburg. You're seeing some heavy rain. And north of West Alexandria, we're also seeing some heavy rain. We've seen some heavy rain along parts of I-70, and even the most dangerous part of the storm passed along I-70 in Wayne County. So most of Indiana, you are drying out. We still have a little bit of rain in the eastern part of Indiana with some ominous-looking clouds with this, but we haven't had any reports of a tornado for about an hour. So again, the only report of a tornado that we've really gotten was at 7:18, so nearly an hour ago. And since then, we've just been tracking this storm, and that was dangerous, that did produce that tornado. I haven't seen any lightning with this storm. It has just been the rain and the wind that we've been really noticing, and have had reports of that as well. And not getting any trackers with this as well, so I can't even really track it and show you exactly where it's going right now. But again, we still have that tornado warning in effect, just a couple more minutes, and we have been looking at the Indianapolis radar through the period, and that's because it was closer to the initial storm. And now, you know, we are seeing things quieting down, but we're also noticing another batch of rain up to the northwest. Looks like this has really been flaring up as well, and that's been moving in over the last hour or so, been following the first initial storm. So after this is out of here, looks like we're all going to see some more rain. Now, haven't had any reports of tornadoes or anything with the second batch of rain moving in, and all of this is really along the edge. And I want to show you a wider picture while we have this. And this is a different radar. This is a composite radar. It gets everything all together. So this is going to give us an idea, a wider picture, and we will take a wider look. And notice how these are all along a line right here. And the reason is because we have what we call a big trough, and that goes like this. And that is in the upper atmosphere. And so when we have this, we sometimes do get rotation along the southwestern edge, and that's exactly what we saw. Could have been a cold air funnel. Haven't seen any pictures of it, so not sure what it looks like. But again, this is cooler air moving in behind that front that went through earlier this morning, and that front now well off to the east coast. So this gives you a wider picture, and I'll draw right here. This is the front right here. And that's not what I wanted to do. But this is the front right here. And then this is this big trough. And I didn't do a very good job of drawing that. But you can get an idea. So right here, there's that big trough. And that's actually that boundary along that trough. That could be what has caused that tornado warning and what caused that rotation. So that's what we're looking at as far as the bigger picture goes. And now as we get a closer look, you can see that it is really moving out of here. And it is 8:15 right now. So the National Weather Service probably deciding what they want to do, whether they want to extend it into where the rest of the storm is or whether they want to cancel it. Haven't had any words yet, and we are going to take it to the latest. And it does look like it is 8:15, so I'm not sure. It does look like it has been canceled, but this radar may be a minute behind on getting rid of the warning. So the radar has canceled. Their tornado warning has been canceled. It is over.